Welcome to Olo's Fall Release. I'm Jo Lambert, Olo's Chief Operating Officer. Olo's platform is the engine of hospitality for the restaurant industry. We work super closely with our 600 restaurant brands and 300 partners to drive personalized guest experiences and lifetime value for our brands. Today, we're going to put the spotlight on 4 key features that have been in incredibly high demand from our brand partners and will help you not only acquire new guests, but also help them feel like a regular. With that, I'd like to hand over to Olo's Vice President of Sales Engineering, Matt Finch. Over to you, Matt.
Thank you so much, Jo. Well, I'm so excited to be here for our Q3 fall release. But this time we wanted to highlight 4 key new products and new features that we think are going to be most exciting for you, driving your guest engagement, driving those new revenue channels. So let's jump into it. First up is Catering Plus, giving you the ability to take direct control of that catering channel. So excited to share that with you. Following on from that is a personal favorite of mine, Order with Google, giving your guests the ability to directly order through that search browser. Next up is our newly refreshed sentiment solution, giving you the ability to take control of your online reputation. We know that that's so important. And finally is our AI creative assistant embedded within our marketing solution to allow you to create and craft your marketing messages, making you more efficient, more creative, and getting more amazing content out there. Let's go take a look. Let's take a look at Catering Plus. Now, we know that catering was hit really hard throughout the pandemic, but it's roaring back to life. In fact, average order values are higher than ever, $350 per order. We want to help you be able to capture that revenue stream. The great part about Catering Plus is it's a direct ordering channel connected to the rest of your Olo solution, which means it sits alongside your mealtime, your drive-through, your dine-in, and all of the other channels that you use Olo for. This allows you to take control of the order and all of the data. One of the things I'm really excited about with Catering Plus is house accounts. This allows you to extend that line of credit out to customers that order catering from you on a regular basis, really enhancing that relationship and order experience with them. With catering orders, they tend to be high margin, so coupled with Olo Pay, that's going to allow you to reduce fraud and increase authorization rates for these orders. And of course, you're taking advantage of the fact that Olo is integrated into all of your different other systems. Let's go take a look. As you can see on the screen here, we have our Buffy's specific catering website. So we're going to select our pickup mode, schedule it for the time we want, choose the location. Now, as you can see, completely the same experience as you would expect as if you were creating a mealtime order or just ordering as an individual, and then we hit place order. Okay, and as we mentioned, one of the most important parts of our Catering Plus solution is the ability to do house accounts. Let's take a look at what that looks like in the Olo dashboard. Head down to the catering section, into house accounts, and let's go and create a new house account. So we're going to enter all of the normal details you would expect here, the name of the customer, the ID, the terms that they have, and remember this is the ability to extend that line of credit to your customers as well. Put in the billing information, and then our primary billing contact. Now, of course, with a house account, this might be open to multiple different people that are going to be ordering from you from that same account. So not only do we want some billing contacts in there, but we also want some customers, some authorized customers that are able to order using this house account. So we're going to enter John and Jane here. We're going to put in their information. And of course, this gets checked when that order is placed. And there we go. Hit create. And that's our house account completed. Of course, the great thing about house accounts is you've probably got a bunch of them already. So if you want to import using a CSV file, we have the ability to do that. It's really easy to be able to go and search for them, activate them, deactivate them, and manage all of these house accounts all in one place. So with the account now entered, one of the most common ways that someone might place a catering order is probably via your switchboard. They're going to call up and ask to place that order. So let's take a look at what that looks like. On the Olo dashboard menu, we're going to head down to switchboard, starting the phone call first of all by searching for that customer. We're going to use the phone number to find them. And here we go. Here's John, who's calling us, creating a new order for the Olo catering team. Okay, so once that order is placed as a restaurant operator, I can now go into the dashboard and check out that order and make sure it all looks correct. From the order summary page, we've also got the option to send this quote to the customer should it need any further approval. If you're a user of our Expo solution, somebody in your front of house can always check on the status of that order as well. So if we take a look on the left-hand side there, we can see these are marked as large orders, so that allows us to prepare for that accordingly. I can scroll through, see all of the details, and most importantly, see that it's been paid for. Next up is Order with Google, a really efficient way for new guests to find your brand. I can search, I can find, I can order, I can then go and pick up. Roughly 81% of people that order through Google haven't actually ordered through this restaurant location before. And that opens up a whole new world of guests for you to connect with and provide that amazing experience and that wonderful food. Unlike marketplaces, this is treated as a direct order within the Olo platform, so you get to take advantage of all of that guest data and it's seamlessly integrated. I'm just going to search for food near me, and actually food near me searches are up 134% year over year, so a really exciting way for you to connect with these new guests. I love Carl's Jr. I'm going to go and take a look, see what items they've got on their menu. Now, the first thing it gives me the ability to do is choose between delivery or pickup. So I'm going to do a delivery order here. If I don't want it delivered or picked up straight away, I can choose a time in the future for me to go and pick up or have that food delivered. I'm going to browse through their menu. I think the charbroiled burgers look pretty good to me. That's kind of my style, so let's go for one of those. Choose my delivery address that I want it to come to, and I want that as soon as possible, I think. Moving through to the checkout. Now this is where I can use a stored wallet, I can add a new credit card if I don't have one. All of this is contained within food.google.com, and then we're going to place the order. Now don't forget as well, just because this is placed through the Order with Google interface, this is a direct order for you as a restaurant brand. So this is going to come directly into your Olo dashboard now. It's confirming my order with the restaurant. The order is confirmed, it's in progress. I can constantly track this order as well. I can return back to this screen at any point in time, and here it is delivered. And that's how easy it is to order with Google. Next up is a look at our newly revamped sentiment solution, a place that's going to aggregate together all of the different reviews, star ratings, and overall sentiment in the marketplace. Did you know that 94% of guests look at reviews before they place an order? And 88% of those people think favorably of companies that respond to online reviews and try and fix the problems that they have. We want to try and flip the script a little bit here and turn these review sites into a proactive acquisition channel. If you can get ahead of these reviews, up those star ratings, that's going to allow guests to find you. They're going to sort by the highest rating when they're on these review channels, and they're going to pick the restaurants that seem the most attractive to them. And the great thing about the sentiment solution is we're going to be using the power of generative AI to allow you to be more efficient in responding, gathering together, doing all of the analysis. This is designed to help you raise your reputation levels, raise your review levels, raise your star ratings as efficiently as possible without having to hire new staff to do that. We're going to start out on our Insights dashboard here, and this really is like a summary of all of the different networks that you're connected to and some raw statistics about those networks. Now scrolling down, we can see some basic reporting here, reviews by month, reviews by source, reviews by sentiment. This is going to give you that true snapshot of how people are talking about your brand across all of these different review sites. Now, the one interesting thing I'm going to draw your attention to here is reviews by response time. We can see with our data here that most of our reviews are actually being responded to greater than 72 hours after those are placed. We think we can make some improvements on that, so we'll talk about how we do that later. Okay, so we're going to jump into our inbox here. This gives me a list of all of the unresponded reviews that I probably should take a look at. Now across the top here, we have a series of filters that are going to allow me to quickly search and sort for the reviews that I should be looking at. Let's take a look at our first review here, and we're actually going to take a look at responding. Now what's really cool here is that our AI functionality has already suggested a response for me. Based on the tone and the sentiment of the review itself, we've set up some templates that's going to automatically address and guess the best way for us to respond to this review. I can simply type if I want to personalize it that way, or I can actually use the drop-down list on the left-hand side to add some specific details and data about the location, the customer, the brand itself, and really create and craft that response that I think is going to be most impactful. The next part of the solution is rules, and what rules allows us to do is, rather than have that great big long list of all of the reviews that we have to respond to, we can group them together and send them on to individuals that may be better suited to respond to those reviews. For example, maybe they're catering orders, maybe they are from a certain location. These rules allow you to get really creative with the workflow behind responding to these reviews. So I'm going to set a rule up here for catering. I'm going to call it catering reviews, and I'm going to be searching for all of the times that catering is mentioned as a type, and then I'm going to assign it to a specific person who's going to look after all of these catering reviews for me. And there we go. That's how simple it is to create a new rule. One of the things I like the most about the sentiment solution is actually diving into the sentiment itself. Let's go and take a look at the sentiment tab and see what that looks like for us. So what the sentiment section allows us to do is really look at the sentiment trends over time. So we're looking at some key analytics here based on keywords, positive, negative versus neutral, and we can certainly see on specific days or maybe certain keywords that are triggering sentiment to be higher or lower. And one of the really cool things about the sentiment page here is this word cloud. I really love this because this gives me the ability to dive into specific keywords and whether they turn up in the positive or the negative, how often they turn up, or it could even be a specific server, somebody in one of your restaurant locations that's doing a fantastic job and they turn up in these reviews all of the time. That should be celebrated. And then finally here, we're going to jump over to our reporting suite. Now, of course, the great thing with all of this data, we can slice and dice this in any way that you'd like. But the great thing is we can automatically send these out in a digest. And that wraps up the tour of the newly revamped sentiment solution. Hopefully you can see how exciting this is, a single place to be able to monitor, report, and respond to all of the reviews across all of the networks. When you just get stuck and you can't think of that right thing to say, having that assistant right next to you, generating things for you, giving you ideas, using those ideas, tweaking them, making them better, making them personalized, that's what this generative AI assistant is going to allow you to do. And of course, we know everybody's different, whether you're in a different location, a different type of brand, the ability to create different versions depending on the audience and the impact you want it to have. That's what this creative AI assistant can do for you. Let's go take a look. So for our catering flyer here, I've got a couple of different components that I really need some help with. So I'm going to click on the Write with AI button. And because this is connected to OpenAI's GPT technology, this is going to brainstorm with me. This is going to help me get more creative and get through that writer's block. So for the title here, let's put a prompt in and see if this can help us out with some suggestions. Okay, fast forward to the end here, and I've used our AI assistant to write me a fantastic marketing campaign. I've got a great title, really compelling language in the paragraphs, a great list of things, a great button and call to action at the bottom. I think this is ready to go. One of the key things here, of course, if you think of the bigger picture, is speed to market and responsiveness. Think about how this ties into our sentiment solution that we saw just a few moments ago, responding really quickly to the sentiment, what people are saying out there about our brand, crafting new campaigns literally within minutes and getting them out the door and responding to what our customers are telling us. That's the real magic of all of this tied together. Hopefully you're as excited as me about these new releases. The aim of everything that we're trying to do here is to deliver technology that will allow you to deliver exceptional experiences in your quest for ultimate hospitality. Thank you so much for joining us. And Joe, back to you.
Thanks so much, Matt. That brings us to the close of Olo's Fall Release. Let me give you a quick sneak peek of a few things to come. On the catering side of things, we have some exciting enhancements already in the works, all geared towards giving brands more control over catering orders. We're introducing dynamic pricing across all ordering channels, so you can adjust prices based on delivery or pickup and not have to manage two completely different menus. This is going to be a time saver for sure. We're continuing to invest in making payments better and more efficient for our customers across every touch point, and we'll be expanding our card present capabilities to integrate with POS systems in the coming months. In our next release, we're continuing on the theme of highlighting enhancements that help your restaurants elevate the guest experience, drive customer acquisition and retention, and increase guest lifetime value. Thanks so much for joining us today, and have a great week.